Charlie Kirk was sniped from the roof of the tour's building to his right, just above the right ear, went through the red nucleus, which caused the instantaneous decorticate posturing. The smaller but faster cartridge that was used, as it was designed to, had a massive amount of terminal ballistics energy upon impact. But not enough momentum to exit the skull, unlike JFK, as once again is presented in great detail in my first video. The estimated 31-degree angle of the shot likely added to this phenomenon. Right? It wasn't going to go through because it went this way, and it still had a lot of tissue to go through and bone, and they crushed that. So either the explosive pressure from the bullet's energy or the bullet itself went through the skull and down the neck, crushing the C2 through C6 vertebrae and landing near the T1 vertebrae. Again, addressed in great detail in my first video. The energy from the impact, like the Hemi engine combustion chamber addressed in 2 previous videos, had nowhere to go except down the foramen magnum, as proven in my third video with the Coyote. Causing hydrostatic shock cavitation into his chest cavity. This event is corroborated with both ballistics gel and a real-world zoological evolutionary example illustrated by the pistol shrimp. All pressure, like water, like electricity, follows the path of least resistance. Ergo, the pressure, like a popped balloon, escapes through the head and chest cavity's weakest point, which, just like Chris Martenson said, also just happens to be the softest area on the human body, the neck, causing a massive bubble and subsequent tear in the skin of the neck on Charlie's left side, opposite the bullet's impact point, following the bullet's trajectory. The rebound collapse is presented in my first video with the ballistics gel and the pistol shrimp as real-world examples, unlike every other sleuth that you watch, caused the damaged tissue to exit the neck wound. Entrance, energy goes down the foramen magnum, the cavitation happens. As it collapses back in on itself, the cavitation is what happened to burst it. As it collapses back in on itself, kaboom, you get another, not as powerful, probably about 70% less, another energy smack. And that's when you get the gel, ballistics gel coming through the pistol shrimp, causing the temperature of the sun. And then that rebound is what squirts the damaged tissue in his chest cavity out. One shot. He was killed instantaneously, or at least beyond any sort of repair that modern medicine can ameliorate. If he had a pulse, it was weak at best, but the blood we all saw was destroyed internal tissue exiting the neck, not a severed artery. Hence, no arterial spray, and little to no blood on his security team persons. Therefore, likely seeing there was no first aid able to be rendered, assuming this wasn't all a psyop show by the people involved, they transported him to the hospital, albeit in vain. That is what happened, as my first 3 videos clearly illustrate, and that my 4th video proves, with the corroboration independently, has no idea I even exist, with Audio-Freq's sound analysis that puts the shooter at the exact spot on that roof where I say, from analyzing it forensically and ballistically, say the shot came from. And also the second video shows on video the person, the shooter, up on the roof and taking the shot at the exact moment, or being visible at the exact moment that the shot was taken. Audio-Freq's findings by itself is absolutely compelling in itself, because it at least points to a spot where a potential shooter could be. Right? It doesn't point to a tree. It doesn't point to where people were standing. It points to a high, out of the line of sight for most everyone at that event roof, where my analysis, both logically and ballistically and forensically, say the shot came from. All this matches. If he independently said it came from here, it's like, okay, well, you said it came from here, but I still got the evidence that says here. I'm going to go by my evidence because I have evidence of what I see on video versus sound. But he has no idea I even exist, and he pinpointed it at the exact point. The exact point where I said it ballistically, forensically, and the second video shows exactly that shooter going, something come up, and going back down the exact moment of the shot.
Brings a pretty good audience. Brings a pretty good audience.